Hey there, this is Dwayne, and this is something that we often see our users struggle with in Teams. Managing multiple accounts or multiple organizations that you've been invited to. This is really common with extension agents who may have an account issued by their state university, but they're also using an account issued by their local county government. So I'm going to show you a little trick that might make juggling these identities a little bit easier and allow you to be a little bit more responsive in multiple Teams tenants. You can see here that I've been invited to be a guest member of the National Extension Technology community. Now, I haven't accepted the invite just yet, so let's go ahead and do that now. And I could see that I haven't accepted it because there's this little envelope here. Now that I've accepted this invite, I do have the option to switch back and forth between my home organization and my new guest organization. But you can see that once I've switched, I completely lose view of what's going on in my home organization. So I can only see one at a time. Now, this process is a little bit clunky. It can take a few seconds, but it does work. Now, if I wanted to be more aware of what was going on over in the National Extension Technology community team, well, I have a little trick that we can use, and we're actually going to be using Microsoft Edge to create multiple Teams apps, one identity for each organization that I'd like to keep a closer eye on. So let's head over to Edge, and we're going to create a brand new profile. So I'll start by clicking my profile picture here at the top right, and I'll click the Add Profile button. Now it's going to take you through the stock setup wizard that's going to ask you to log in. You could totally sign in with the same identity issued by your university, or maybe a completely different identity issued by your county government. Whatever it is that you're trying to use at that time, you can sign into Edge here with that identity now. This will make it a little bit more seamless when you access things through office.com. I'm going to select sign in without your data, and I'll sign into office.com directly. It may prompt you to switch profiles if you already have a profile established with office.com. I'm going to say no and tell it not to ask me this again, because I'll always want to use this profile with my new identity. So from office.com, I can launch the Teams web app. Now, this experience isn't quite as good as the Windows app, but it definitely allows you to keep an eye on conversations that are happening in channels and chat messages and things like that. And you can see here that if I click at the top right, I have the capability to switch back over to the National Extension Technology community. So now my desktop app is connected to my home tenant. My web app is connected to another tenant. Now we can take this one step further by creating a desktop app out of this web page. So in order to do that, you'll click on the three dots here, go down to apps, and say install this site as an app. From here, I like to give it a descriptive name, so I'll put in Netsy as the descriptor, and I'll select install. Now it's going to give me a few options on, do I want to have a desktop shortcut, put this on my start menu. So I'm going to say create a desktop shortcut, and I'll uncheck these other two. And so now if I close out of Teams entirely, or even close out of this web browser entirely, I have a new desktop icon here for a new Netsy team. And if I click it, it opens up like a little mini desktop app. This is still the web version, so you're going to have the same limitations that the web version of Teams would have, but this does allow me to run two completely different instances of Teams side by side. This is pretty cool. So now I can have a conversation in two places at the same time. You'll also have the option to get desktop notifications and things like that. So if you're collaborating with somebody from another university, or you're a member of a community This is a great way to keep in touch with what's going on. Are you an extension agent just getting started with Teams? Or maybe you're experienced, but you're looking to improve your digital cloud skill set? Are you an IT pro supporting extension programs at your university? Well, you're invited to join us in a community working to empower extension agents and their support staff to skill up and learn together. If you're interested, visit aka.ms/join Cloudy County to sign up and join us for monthly training sessions and open discussion with your hosts of the Shift Show. Cloudy County Extension, essential cloud skills for extension by extension.